I found out my best friends were planning a trip behind my back. Not just a random getaway, but the dream vacation we'd talked about for years. They didn't invite me. So I did something no one expected. I booked the same destination, alone, and what happened there changed everything. It started on an average Thursday morning. My phone buzzed with our group chat notification. Dream Chasers, a silly name, but meaningful. We created it in college, the four of us. Me, Jenna, Claire, and Brooke. We were inseparable, soul sisters, the kind of bond that felt unbreakable. We talked about everything from heartbreaks to job stress to that one dream vacation we'd promised to take together, Santorini, Greece. That had been our vision for years. Whitewashed buildings, blue domes, sunsets over the Aegean. It was our goal, our celebration trip when we all made it in life. But lately, I'd noticed something off. They replied less in the group, especially when I texted. My messages sat on read. Our weekly Friday dinners were forgotten or rescheduled. I blamed work, their new boyfriends, life. Until that Thursday morning. I woke up to a message from Jenna. Not directly to me, no, it was a screenshot accidentally sent to our group chat. It was an Airbnb confirmation. In Santorini. Dated for next month. My stomach dropped. I scrolled up, nothing. No messages about a trip. No invites. Just silence. Then Jenna unsent the message. Seconds later, Claire messaged the group. Oops. Ignore that LOL, wrong chat. Wrong chat? My heart was pounding. Brooke didn't even respond. I sat there, staring at my phone, paralyzed. They were going. Without me. On our dream trip. The betrayal stung deeper than I expected. It wasn't just about a vacation. It was about being excluded, unwanted, forgotten. I waited a day. No one brought it up. So I texted, "Hey, are you guys planning something for Greece?" No response. A full day. Then Brooke replied, "It's just something casual. Not a big deal. We didn't think you'd be free with your work stuff." That hit hard. I'd quit my job 2 weeks ago, they knew that. I had told them I wanted a break. Space. Time to rediscover myself. They knew. And they still didn't invite me. I wanted to cry. Scream. Beg for answers. But I didn't. Instead, I went quiet. And then something snapped inside me. I opened my laptop and typed Santorini solo travel packages. I didn't know what I was doing, but I knew one thing. I was not going to sit at home and watch their Instagram stories. I booked a 1-week solo trip, same dates. I didn't care what it cost. I picked a cliffside villa, yes, expensive, but screw it. I deserved it. A part of me wanted revenge. Another part just wanted to prove I didn't need them to have a good time. In the next 3 weeks, I planned every detail. While they secretly planned their little getaway, I booked photography tours, sailing excursions, private dinners, even a scuba diving course. I got my wardrobe in check, flowy dresses, sunglasses, statement earrings, the works. If I was going to go, I was going to shine. Not for them, for me. But a part of me also hoped we wouldn't bump into each other. Santorini isn't huge, and if we crossed paths, I didn't know how I'd feel. The day I boarded my flight, I felt strangely powerful. It was the first trip I'd taken alone, and every part of me buzzed with nerves and excitement. The flight was smooth, and as the plane descended, the view took my breath away. The island looked like a dream, white buildings stacked on cliffs, glowing under the sun. I stepped out into the warm Mediterranean air and smiled. I was here, alone, and ready. My villa host welcomed me with wine and a basket of fresh fruit. The view from the balcony made my heart swell, endless blue sea, and the faint sound of waves crashing below. That first night, I put on my red silk dress and went to a rooftop restaurant. I was nervous walking in alone, but the staff was warm. They gave me the best seat, the edge table overlooking the sea. I ordered grilled octopus, Greek salad, and a glass of Assyrtiko wine. Halfway through dinner, a couple next to me asked if I was a travel blogger. I laughed. No, just someone trying to make the most of a solo trip. They admired my bravery, said I inspired them. And just like that, the loneliness faded. I walked back to my villa under the stars, smiling. Day 2. I joined a photography tour. Our guide, Andreas, was charming, passionate about light, angles, history. I learned how to frame shots I never thought I'd take. He even offered to click a few of me. For the first time in weeks, I felt seen. Not judged. Not excluded. Seen. That night, I went to a beach bar and danced barefoot in the sand with strangers who felt like old friends. The music pulsed in my chest. I laughed without holding back. No one knew about Jenna or Claire or Brooke. No one cared. And I didn't either. On day 3, I booked a sailing trip around the caldera. The boat was stunning, sleek, private, with just 6 guests on board. The sun was fierce, the wind playful. We swam in hot springs, had lunch on deck, shared stories. One of the guests, a solo traveler from Spain named Marco, started talking to me. He was funny, smart, and easy to talk to. We clicked effortlessly. By sunset, we sat at the front of the boat, watching the sky turn gold and pink. He looked at me and said, "You have the happiest eyes I've seen on this island." I smiled, unsure how to reply. That night, I felt something shift. Like I was healing. Like I was finally enough. The next morning, I saw it. A group of girls at a cafe near OA. Loud, laughing. Jenna's laugh. My chest tightened. I turned my head, pretending to scroll my phone. Claire was there. So was Brooke. They were dressed in the same outfits they once sent me in Pinterest boards. They hadn't seen me yet. I stood up, paid, and left quietly. My heart pounded. I didn't want confrontation. Not yet. I spent the rest of the day snorkeling and eating gyros with Marco. When he asked if I wanted to join a group hike the next day, I said yes without hesitation. That evening, I posted a photo on Instagram, me, standing alone on a cliff in a yellow dress, wind blowing through my hair. The caption, "Found what I was looking for." Within minutes, Jenna liked it. Then Claire. Then silence. No comments. No messages. But they saw it. They knew. On day 5, the island had a local festival. Music, food, dancing in the streets. I wore a white wrap dress, hair in curls, and let myself get swept into the celebration. People cheered, threw flowers, clapped to the rhythm of drums. I danced until my feet hurt. That night, Marco kissed me under fireworks. It felt like a movie, but it wasn't fake. It was real. The next morning, as I sipped coffee on my balcony, I saw a message. From Brooke. "Hey, can we talk?" My stomach turned. I didn't reply. Not yet. Instead, I got ready for a cooking class in a vineyard. I spent hours kneading dough, learning to make moussaka, sipping wine under olive trees. The woman next to me said, "You radiate peace." I nearly teared up, because for the first time in years, I felt it too. That night, I got another message, this time from Jenna. "Didn't expect to see you here, LOL. You look different." I replied simply, "Same island. Different journey." The next day was my last. I hiked to Scaro's Rock at sunrise, sat there alone, and thought about everything. About being left out. About finding myself. About how their exclusion led me to the most empowering experience of my life. As I walked back, I saw them again. This time, face to face. Jenna's smile faltered when she saw me. Claire looked awkward. Brooke just said, "Wow, you look happy." I nodded. "I am." No confrontation. No drama. Just truth. I walked past them, head high. I didn't need them to apologize. I didn't need closure. I had already found it. In every step I took alone. In every laugh I shared with strangers. In every moment I proved to myself that I was enough. But what happened next, none of us could have predicted. I left Santorini feeling lighter, but not finished. Something about the way Brooke messaged me, the way Jenna said, "You look different," stayed with me on the flight home. It wasn't guilt, it was something else. Like they weren't just surprised to see me, they were scared. That confusion stuck in my mind for days. I tried to let it go, to cherish the experience for what it was. But a week later, something strange happened. I posted a video recap of my trip, short clips of sunsets, laughter, food, Marco's silhouette at sunset. It got traction fast. People started commenting, "Girl, your energy is glowing." and this is better than any influencer trip. I smiled, but then I got a DM from someone I didn't know. Hey, I think your friends are copying you. Check this. Attached was a story screenshot from Jenna's account. It was a video of them, standing in the exact same spot I had filmed 3 days earlier, even trying to replicate my pose. Same dress style, same angle. I brushed it off at first, maybe a coincidence. But more messages poured in. People sent side-by-side screenshots. Claire in the yellow dress I wore. Brooke trying to take a photo in front of the cliff with the same caption. Found what I was looking for. No credits. No tags. Just mimicry. Suddenly, the "you look different" comment made sense. They hadn't just noticed me. They were watching. Obsessing. Competing. It was petty, but also kind of hilarious. I'd gone solo, found peace, and now they were trying to recreate the magic without understanding what made it real. But I wasn't angry. I was curious. Why would people who excluded me go to such lengths to follow me digitally? Then came the part that shook me. One night, I got a call from Marco. Hey, he said. Did you give anyone our photos? Confused, I said no. He hesitated, then sent me a link. It was a reel posted by Claire, clips from Santorini with a dramatic background score. In the last 3 seconds, a blurry photo of Marco and me from the sailing trip. My blood ran cold. That picture was never posted online. It was saved in my phone. I never even shared it with Marco, which meant someone had been closer than I thought. I searched my phone gallery. My cloud. Nothing looked hacked. But then I remembered, at the rooftop bar, night 2, I'd left my phone on the table while I went to the restroom. And right after that, I thought I saw someone watching me from the corner. A girl with a scarf, sunglasses. I thought nothing of it. Could it have been Jenna? Or one of the others? Had they seen me first and followed me silently across the island? A deep chill settled in my chest. I decided to call them, one by one, just to hear what they'd say. Brooke picked up. Hey, she said, too casually. You look like you had fun in Greece. I kept my voice calm. Did you follow me while I was there? Silence. Then a laugh. Girl, what are you talking about? I didn't press. I just said, don't ever use my photos without asking again. She got defensive. Whoa, we didn't. I mean, Jenna might have posted something, but I hung up. That confirmed enough. I blocked them all. Then I posted a new story, just text on a black screen. Some people will copy your journey, but never understand your destination. It exploded. Followers grew. A travel magazine even messaged me to feature my story. I didn't care about the fame. I cared that my story was mine. I kept traveling. Marco and I stayed in touch. He flew in to visit me. We weren't in love yet, but something gentle was growing. Months passed. Then, out of nowhere, I got a message request. From Claire. Hey, just wanted you to know something. Jenna's been telling everyone you stalked us in Greece. She's showing screenshots and editing stuff. She even posted your photo with Marco saying he dumped you for her. None of it's true. I didn't want to be involved anymore. Just thought you should know. My hands trembled. This wasn't petty drama anymore. Jenna was lying, creating a narrative, trying to erase what I had built. I checked her profile. Sure enough, a post of her and Marco in Santorini. Old photo, heavily filtered. He looked unaware, mid-blink. Caption, sometimes love finds you when you least expect it. I sent it to Marco. He called me instantly, furious. She's insane, he said. I never even spoke to her. I saw her once on the street in Greece. She asked for a photo for a travel collage. That was it. Now it made sense. They had followed me, taken pictures in secret. Jenna was spinning lies to gain followers, pretending to be the main character in a story that was never hers. I could have ignored it, but I'd had enough. I made a video. Calm, clear, confident. I was excluded from a group trip, so I went solo. Found myself. Laughed. Healed. And now, someone is using my moments to build their fantasy. Here's the truth. I laid it out. I didn't name names. I didn't insult. I just showed the reality. My photos, timestamps, receipts, videos. I included a blurred clip of Jenna's photo with Marco and his own voice saying, I don't know this girl. The video went viral. Comments flooded in. People defended me. Jenna turned off her comments, then deleted the post, then deactivated her account. Brooke and Claire? Silent. I didn't hear from them again, but I wasn't focused on them anymore. I was already planning my next trip. Marco and I had booked Bali, and this time, no one was going to steal my story. Because the most beautiful part of this revenge wasn't the exposure or the fame. It was the fact that I never chased it. I just lived, authentically, and they watched, from behind screens, trying to keep up, but never catching the light. I thought it would be over after the video. That once the truth was out, once Jenna deactivated her account and the world saw through the charade, I could finally breathe and move on. But life isn't always that neat. A few weeks later, a new fake account popped up. No name, no profile picture, just reposting parts of my trip, re-editing clips from Santorini, muting Marco's voice, twisting captions. At first, I ignored it. I had Bali to focus on. But the account began tagging travel pages and influencers, subtly trying to discredit me, painting me as a manipulator, someone who staged everything. The comments were insidious. Isn't this the girl who lied about a breakup? Or didn't she steal someone else's trip idea? It was clearly Jenna or someone close to her. I didn't respond. Instead, I leaned into truth. I doubled down on creating real content. No filters, no fakery, just genuine travel, laughter, and stories. And Bali was a dream. Marco and I hiked volcanoes, swam in waterfalls, spent sunrise meditating on mountaintops. It was different this time. There wasn't just healing, there was growth. And the best part? People noticed. Not the numbers, not the followers, but the energy. Comments flooded in saying things like, "This feels real," and "You inspire me to take a solo trip." That's when I realized the best revenge was never proving them wrong. It was living so freely and so truthfully that they couldn't keep up. But even as my life blossomed, I wanted closure. Not petty vengeance, closure. So I wrote a letter. A real one. To Jenna. I didn't send it, I just wrote it. You didn't just exclude me from a trip. You excluded me from a friendship I once valued. But I understand now, it wasn't about me. It was about your fear of not being the center. You watched me glow from a distance and tried to steal the light. But here's the thing, light doesn't work that way. You can't steal what you don't carry inside. I forgive you, but I won't forget. I folded that letter, tucked it in my journal, and closed the chapter. Or so I thought. Because just when I felt peace settling in, life threw one final twist. 6 months later, I was invited to speak at a women's empowerment panel hosted by a luxury travel brand. They'd seen my content, loved my message, and wanted me to share my solo travel story with hundreds of young women. I said yes. The event was huge. Dressed in white, standing on that stage, I spoke about exclusion, resilience, and reclaiming joy. The crowd applauded. Afterwards, there was a networking mixer. And that's when I saw her. Across the room. Jenna. Standing near the back, drink in hand, eyes locked on me. She hadn't changed much. Same sleek hair, same sharp smile that tried too hard. But something was different. Her posture, her presence. Like someone who knew the game was up. She walked toward me slowly. For a second, I wondered if I should walk away. But I didn't. I stayed. She stopped in front of me and said, "Hey." I said nothing. She took a breath. I didn't come here to start anything. I just wanted to say I messed up. I was jealous. You looked happy, and I hated how easy it came to you. I looked at her calmly. It wasn't easy. It was earned. You could have had it too, if you'd been real with me. She nodded. I know. I guess I didn't know who I was without people watching me. And seeing you live without needing that, it made me angry. She looked down. For a second, she wasn't the girl who sabotaged me. She was just lost. I didn't say I forgave her. I didn't offer her a second chance. I just said, I hope you figure it out. And I meant it. Because the real revenge wasn't humiliation or exposure. It was being so whole that even an apology didn't shake me. She left quietly. That night, I posted a final reel. Clips from Santorini, Bali, laughter, tears, sunsets, Marco's smile. Caption: they excluded me. I included myself. And that made all the difference. It wasn't just a post. It was a statement that I no longer needed their validation. That the trip they tried to ruin became the trip that changed my life. And now, months later, as I write this from a tiny cafe in Lisbon, Marco reading across the table, passport full of stamps, inbox full of new opportunities, I smile. Because I know now that sometimes, being excluded is the universe's way of telling you to create your own magic. And when you do it right, the world can't help but watch.